Okay, this is the third time I'm doing this, so if it knocks me out one more time, I'm gonna just call it a live and just delete everything. But we shall see. This is twice today that I've been knocked out by this computer or the software, so I have to check the settings later on. But hopefully people will start trickling in. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see if anybody gets notified about this. So all I'm doing here is sewing these triangles. Lining it up, centering it as best as I can. There. Hi, Shirley. Sorry, I keep getting... For some reason, my computer just keeps freezing up, and I have to check if the settings are correct. I'm hoping that they are. Whoops. I don't know what that does. So, all right, we'll do this. Okay. And we'll take this one. I will center it, and because it's a 4-patch, I can use the tip of the triangle to make sure that it is centered there. And we will sew this on. And I will finger press that back. And we'll do the last triangle here. Again, placing it and centering that. And I'll make sure that the tip is in line with the seam there. And we'll line that up there. Sew this down. And we'll stop there. We'll finger press that back. Okay, this looks a little wonky now, but when we clean it up and trim it down, this should look pretty good. All right. So I pressed it. Let's let that cool for a minute. Let's see here. Looks like it just might be the two of us, Shirley. That's fine. Just want to make sure that I didn't. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So I will take this and I'm going to square it down to 3 inches here. Whoops. Keep turning on the light table. Or somewhere thereof 3 inches. It should really be 3.5. Yeah, I think that's what I made this one. 3.5. Yeah, just a little scant short. So I'll do that. Okay, it came out a little short, so maybe I should go with a 3-inch triangle instead of 2.5. But yeah, I think I'll do that in the future. But okay, so I'm going to use these instead of doing the chain link because I'm taking a look at that chain link and I'm like, no. Hi, Gladys. All right, let's go back to building our normal blocks here. And if people catch the replay on this, well, they can get the extra bonus tips. What color was I going to do today? Oh, there it is. All right, so I am going to do this color and this one here. Hi, guys. Sorry for those of you coming back from the other 2 live sessions. Computer froze up again. I'm not sure what is triggering or what's going on with it, so I'll have to check the settings. But if I do get booted off one more time, just know that I'm not gonna restart it. I'm gonna just call it quits at that point and try and figure out what the heck is going on with this computer. Because if it's not the computer, it's the internet speed. So let's see, how big of a strip did they say they wanted this one? And I lost my pattern. Oh well. Okay. I'm just gonna, I believe this was a 4.5. So I'm just gonna rough cut a 4.5-inch strip here. And we will use that to create there. Okay. So one of the things that one of the ladies told me or suggested to me is on the back of the paper, just outline make an outline of the pattern, so that part of the issue I was getting was not having pieces that were big enough. And because I didn't have my lay table at the time, tracing the pattern on the back might actually help you when you are laying down your fabric. So just to make sure that it's large enough to fit the piece or fit where you need it to be. Sorry. So, and especially on these side triangles here, that was a big help, because I tried pre-cutting the fabrics, and oftentimes I would lay it down wrong. And so the angle, or I would have to kind of piece or do some fixing on it. And I'm just going to pin it there. Okay. And you can fold the fabrics, or you can fold the paper beforehand, which I should have done to make your marks. I know a lot of people like to do that. I tend to kind of fold it as we go along. I'll fold it that way, and then we'll fold it this way. Okay. And we'll cut the 1/4 inch. And number 2 is here. So we will lay down a piece of, that's definitely long enough. Piece of it there. I'm going to line up that a little better. Paper piecing is definitely not my thing, but I'm trying. Cut that piece off, and we shall sew. Okay, here we go. Back stitch a little bit. Oh, and I was air sewing. Oh gosh. Okay, I can't be out of bobbin. I think the bobbin thread just broke on me. Yep. So let me reset the bobbin, and we'll try it again. Try this again. Finger press that back. We can take the pin out. Move the fabric down on the paper. Move the fabric down on the paper. Not sure what you mean by that. You have too much paper at the top. You mean here? Your first piece does not cover the bottom. Which are you referring to as the bottom? Oh, this way, I guess. First piece does not cover the bottom. It actually does. I just didn't go all the way down here, is what it is. But because the point, it stops there. I'm not sure if that's what you really mean. But yeah, I didn't extend that first fabric. I did not extend it all the way down here because it does get covered up. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, Shirley. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Kim. So for those of you coming in for the third time, I do apologize. I don't know why this computer freezes up on me. So I'll have to check that out, or check. I know that there was a software update in which that could be the reason why I'm getting frozen. I'm suspecting that is the reason why the computer keeps freezing up on me, but don't really know. So I have to check what settings changed on that last update that I received. But if this session goes down, I'm gonna call it quits and I won't reactivate the live because I know that's irritating for people to keep getting booted out and then me restarting everything. Basically, I have to just kind of shut the computer down every time that happens and then restart everything, which is kind of frustrating. As frustrating as it is for you, it is frustrating for me as well. Okay, this time I'm going to start from that corner again, and we'll make a diamond piece. We'll make a diamond piece. iron this one out. Okay. It happens. We get technical difficulties come with the territory. Unfortunately, they do there, Heather. Unfortunately, they do. You know what? I'm going to fold this one back this way. See how close it comes to the line. I should have actually pre-folded all of this. Fold it back. Now I can fold this one back. Oh, went off there. Am I on the line? Well, not like it's going to matter all that much on this teeny tiny piece here. Okay, where is that strip again? And I'm gonna take this to the machine. Oops, I need to grab that fabric. Yeah, that's long enough there. We'll sew this. And I will cut it here. Cut that off. Sew off on that. Whoops. I can trim the excess here. We got one more piece for that. Okay. See, this is the issue I'm getting because as I just trimmed it, it doesn't go all the way. I should have actually just trimmed it. Oh boy. Should have actually folded it back before I trimmed it, so I'm gonna have to rip a few stitches here. Does it actually cover it? No. So I will rip a few stitches off, have to re-sew this part back on. Note to self, flip it back and iron it down before you trim anything, especially on these angles because they're a little tricky. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of patchwork here. Whoops, whoa, did I break my... Thought I almost broke Jack. So I'm gonna... Actually, I can use this little scrap of... Is that actually going to work? Now I'd have to do it from this angle to flip it back like that. So let's do it this way so I get the larger piece at the end. I have yet to make one of these blocks without having to do some fixed up patchwork here. Every single one of the blocks that you see behind me have some kind of patchwork done because I mismeasured or miscalculated on something. So by the end of this quilt, I will be the expert at patchwork repairs on paper piece patterns. Whoops, sorry. Camera's timed out. So I can press that back, and we will go ahead and resew on here. Whoa, cut that a little short. Come on. Okay, here we go. I'll cut that off, also off on this piece. Okay. There, that's better. Now that actually goes all the way through and covers up everything. Okay, let's give this a press. Every time you say Frozen, the song Let It Go from the movie pops into my head now that I've planted that seed. Let it go, let it go. That's right, Heather, you got the minions. So, comes no surprise to me that that song would pop into your head. But it's quite amazing how popular that movie became. Okay, that's close enough, although it's a little bit folded a little bit off, but that's okay. Okay, then we'll sew on here. Well, let me check something before I sew that part on, because if I flip When I flip that, is that going to cover? Yeah, that's going to cover. That'll be more than enough to cover, we hope. Unless I screw something else up. Okay. Well, I was wondering why it was so dark. I knocked my light out of. Whoops, that's the rotary cutter. Don't need that for this. Oh, thank you, Heather. Now you got that song stuck in my head. Oh, missed it. How did I do that? Oh boy. How did that happen? Okay, we'll start. Wow. I guess the fabric shifted when I was, well, definitely shifted. That's the issue. Okay, so I need to line it up better. Lock stitch it there. Okay, let's see if that, no, that should be better. Got it that time. Okay. We'll fold this one back. And we'll trim down here. And let's see. That should actually come off. There's trash. And we'll fold. I might as well do this one. We'll trim down on this. Let me put these rulers back. Now I can use, let's see. No, I need the big piece. So how big of a strip should I cut? About 5 to 6 inches. Actually, don't I have those pieces already pre-cut from the last one? Yeah, I do. Okay. And where is the other piece? Do 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 do. So if I go like that, I'll have to bring this down. Nope, that needs to come down further, about here. And this is one of the, well, aside from these triangles here, this is one of the triangles that I constantly had problems trying to get the correct placement. So I just want to make sure it is going to cover it. Hello, Gloria. My granddaughter was obsessed with that movie, Frozen, and went around singing all the songs from the movie for about a year. I would be totally irritated with the whole movie. Actually, I kind of am irritated with the movie, given because of that song and everybody singing it. Okay, does that actually cover the seam allowance? Yeah, it does. Okay. And then we'll do this side, but I need to cut a strip for that. I should have had an extra strip somewhere. There it is. Okay, just flipping it back just to make sure. I could do it this way. So right about there. Come on, flip over. There you go. Okay. Oh. Let's move all these scraps out of the way. Yay, got it. Okay, let's press all of this. Okay, we can trim down. Trimming that. And we'll trim this down. Now, I will tell you, when you have a ruler that has a very good grip, it's a little frustrating to actually, well, it's great in one sense, it's bad in another sense because it grips everything, so you can't slide it. And taking out these papers. Trash. This can go in the little trash bin here that I got. That's trash paper piece. And we will cut this. Okay, that's the bottom section. Done. My minions are on a Zootopia kick right now. Okay. Not quite as bad as Baby Shark. Didn't want to say it out loud. Okay. All right. That's the bottom half. Well, if people want to stick around, because I know there's other people online now, but let's do the top half here. So I'm going to use for the top this fabric for pieces 1, 8, and 9. So for this, I need a strip that's about there. Actually, I should cut it this way, about there. and I'm just going to rough cut it. I'll pin this in place for now. And I will cut that here. Save that for later. And one, whoa, move the pin out of my way for a moment there. Two. There's two. And we can cut that. Trim that. Okay, I can use this piece. That's big enough. Yep. So I will place this on here. Make sure it didn't shift on me again. You know what? I'm going to extend this all the way down. Yeah, that'll be better. I'll press this back. In fact, I think I'm going to want to iron that just to make sure it doesn't pucker or do something wonky later on. Okay, so got that one on. I'll get another piece. I could use this one. Let's fold it here. And I'll need to rip the paper a little bit there since I went all the way off. And I'll fold that back. And I'll fold this piece back a little bit. Grab the ruler. Trim off all of this excess. And I'll use this piece to line it up. There. And we'll go down this way. Trim that. Press this back. I'll iron this again. Ba-ba-da-ba. I will cut this excess off there. and go back to this blue, because now we do oh, wait, no, 4 is the other color. Well, good thing I checked. So we're going to make sure that this actually does cover. Yeah, that's big enough. So I can use this scrap piece here, and we will flip this so that when I flip it back, yeah, that'll be big enough. Whoa, okay. This will be an interesting one because I went a little off kilter there. So this seam is not exactly straight, but that's okay. We'll press this out. Hopefully that'll kind of smooth it out a little bit. Hello, Miss Rose. Okay, then 4. So I got to do 5, but let me cut this extra off here at the top as well. And I'll fold that back, and we'll trim that off. Okay, for any paper piecers out there, do you use the add a quarter ruler? And if that, does that make it any faster? I'm not sure if it really does. I used to have one, but it kind of broke when I moved. You know what? I can actually move this further down. So I could actually go like that. And then is that going to be enough to cover it? Should be all right. If not, I'll have to do another patchwork job. Okay, then press that back, and we will trim this excess off here. Okay, you definitely do want to create your own quilter's nest when you do paper piecing, though. And when I say quilter's nest, what I mean is having your cutting station, sewing station, and your pressing station all at the turn of a chair. I use the address quarter rulers, but I don't know, as it is faster, just easier for me. Okay. I figure it would be easier. I'm not sure if it's going to be any faster. But I would be kind of curious to if anybody does think that it is faster. Four, so there's 5, so now we're doing 6. Okay, so 6 is there. How did I get to 6? Okay, I do have to kind of rip the paper a little bit to get to this angle. Gonna just rough cut it here. And then see, isn't this the weirdest thing? Knock on wood that we didn't get kicked off yet. But I just found it strange that at certain times I would get knocked off. Oh, 6 is here, so I can use this little small strip. Okay, let's hit that with the iron. And I'm just going to do 8 here because I'm on this edge already, and I'll just complete it out. You don't necessarily have to go in. Well, in this particular pattern, it doesn't really matter because the sides are kind of symmetrical. So you can kind of go out of order. It doesn't, like for whatever reason, this pattern has you build out both sides at the same time. You could actually just start here and then build it out this way, then go back to the other direction. I don't find that that's as detrimental. Is that piece going to be big enough? Some patterns, some paper piecing patterns, yeah, you do have to be or kind of go in order, but this is not one of them. I might be able to make this work. We'll just bring this down. And is that piece going to be long enough? Yeah. Okay. Living on the edge here. Let's see if this works. Tricky angles, yep. These are very tricky angles, actually. Okay, it was enough to go all the way out to the edge, so something doesn't look right here. I'm going to cover all of that anyway. So this was supposed to go, no, that's right. That goes there. And then that's going to all get covered up anyway. Okay, then, so that's 8. And then we can do 10, which is this guy. Oh, well. Trim that off. Okay, then I will use this. Will that be enough? Yep, it'll be enough to cover all of it. We've got one side here. And we can do 7. And I can trim that away. Oh, that's fine. I was wondering why does that look a little weird. I'm missing a fabric, and the fabric was folded. So now this can go. Oh, line that up a little better. So 7 is one of these. Let's see, I'll save this for another block. And then I can use this. Thin enough. Let's see, I'll make it go from there to there. Pull that out. Do, 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 do. And we'll cut it here. Then I can do 9. Let me press this. Hi, Mary Jane. Sorry, dinner is done. Gotta run. Have a great day. Bye, Crystal. Okay, and we will fold up 9, which is here. So I'm going to fold on this line. And you know what? I'm going to fold this one back too. there. And 9 is the blue color fabric. So I will do this. And this is a huge piece for it, but that's okay. And we'll go down on there. Also this. Cut that off and we'll trim that. Whoop, thread came out. Let me rethread it real quick. Take care of these threads back here. Okay. And then 10 is here. No, this is 11. So I can chop this fabric there. And we can cut this fabric. Before I cut it, let me iron it. Then we got one last spot there in the corner. Yeah, I'll just use this and chop it off about there. And we will place that on, fold that back. This should be long enough. Then I can fold that back. Almost done. And we'll press that. Then section 12, which is actually right here. I have to rip all of this other stuff off. Fold it on the line there, and we'll rip it here. Fold it on the line there. We'll rip this one, fold it there. And there. We'll trim we're going to trim all of this off. We'll take the long strip. We'll take the straight edge of the long strip, place everything on top. There. And we're going to sew all the way down. From here. Okay, for whatever reason, it started to tail and curve off. Or maybe I didn't line it up correctly, so I'm just going to rip these from here, correct that, because I don't think that's going to hold. Yeah, I kind of felt it shift. I should have double checked it. From there, we'll go like that. So it's from there. That should be a little better. Okay, this looks really jankety right now, but hopefully after we trim it down and cut off all the excess, it'll look better. Okay, it's gotten cloudy here. I can feel the rain moving in the forecast is for an inch in about an hour. Well, stay safe there, Kim. Okay, so I will trim all the excess off, and hopefully this will work. Or hopefully the block will turn out beautiful. I think I trimmed this one from the wrong line. There. Do, 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 do. You will throw away all the paper. Okay, these can go in the crumb bin. These can just get trashed because they're too small. This I can save. There's my top piece. One more seam to put the two sides together. Section B and section A. There is a thread that got tangled up in there. There, got it. Oh, paper is rising up, so let me smash that down. Jack's running away. All right, we have our moment of truth here. Ta-da! Okay, this looks good to me. Considering I had a few stumbles, both technically but we made it through. So another block done. Oh. And since there is a lot of bulk right here in the middle, I'm just going to finger press it open for now. I'm going to hit it with the iron later and press this down flat. There we go. Okay. So there is our block for today. All right, I didn't intend on staying on this long, but I didn't realize that it was going to take me this long to get the block done, plus all the technical issues that we were having. So it's weird that now the software is behaving. All right. So I was going to do a giveaway, but with all the technical issues, and I know a lot of people dropped off because they were kind of frustrated with me having to restart, I'm going to postpone that giveaway until Thursday. And fingers crossed that Thursday everything will run smoothly. I'm going to take a look at what is going on with this computer just to make sure that all the settings are done correctly. I think I know the software received an update, and I think that update may have triggered something to go wrong. So I have to find what is going wrong with that. But we got through this one. Okay. Kim, your package will be shipped out tomorrow. And I think you'll be happy because I actually got to fit a lot more than I said. So I think I got 12 of those gift toppers in the box. Have at it. Give it away as gifts, or you can use it for your own gift wrapping this holiday season. Donna, your gift is also going out tomorrow, and my camera just went out. But that you should be expecting that sometime next week as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy, and let's all get out there. Let's all create some. I'll see you Thursday. Bye for now.